Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing fine. So in today's video, this video came from a subscriber asking me to talk about the differences between doing ACCA and the CA qualification. I actually do sometimes forget that I have an accounting audience on this channel. So if you guys actually do have some accounting related videos that you hope that I can make, do make sure that you leave those in the comment section, and I'll make sure to take a look at those and make them for you. So I personally did the CA route. I do have some friends though that I've consulted who are full ACCA members, see the difference between ACCA and also doing the CA route. But to be honest, at the end of the day, it's up to you on what you feel like is what you can manage. If you can manage doing ACCA, or if you feel like you can manage doing the CA route, it's all up to you. It's neither this is better. I can't quite say this route is better or this other route is better. It's really, the difference is kind of almost the same. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. So the first difference between ACCA and the chartered accountancy route is ACCA is much more flexible in terms of you writing your exams. So you can choose to write a certain number of courses within a specific period. So you have to write all of the exams, whether it's 4 subjects or 5 subjects, and pass all of them at once for you to proceed to the next stage. Whereas with ACCA, you can choose to say, maybe I'm gonna write module 1 and module 2, or maybe you just write one module depending on how busy you are and whether you're ready for that particular exam or not. So I think ACCA, from that point of view, it does take the points on being better. Now the second heading being the restrictions that come with the type of work that you have to do. So if you are an ACCA, you aren't necessarily forced to work in audit. When you're doing ACCA, you can work at a company which is in the field that interests you, whatever branch of accounting that you feel like is what you want to major in. You are not really restricted, as long as maybe you have someone who's also an ACCA qualified employee who can sort of like supervise you and sign off on your work experience. But however, sometimes it's much easier for you to just work at an audit firm, because they normally have all of their paperwork in order and you are sure that you'll be signed off once you are just done. So that's the good thing about ACCA as well. But for chartered accountants, you kind of want to work at an audit firm for the most part. Yes, you can attain your chartered accountancy qualification working outside practice, that is maybe working at companies like Delta, companies like Econet, where you know that there is someone who is also a chartered accountant who can sign off on your experience. But however, I would say there's some bias though in the industry. They prefer to employ people who have experience from Big 4 firms or even general audit firms. If you do have thoughts of maybe leaving the country, it will be much better for you to train with a company that is into audit, because normally if you leave Zimbabwe, those are the type of jobs that you can get quite easily. Now the next point is on to the duration, on how much time you need to actually do this. So I think ACCA also does take the cap on the duration of the course. Let's say maybe you come straight from A level and then you decide that you want to do ACCA. If you're serious with your exams and writing as many as you can finish this in about 3 years. And also if you're also getting maybe relevant experience in the fields that you want to do, you can be able to do your ACCA, get your experience within 3 years. Whereas someone who's doing the CA route, at a minimum, if you're coming straight from high school, you will need at least 5 years work experience. You need to attain also your degree, your diplomas, and also pass all your board exams within 5 years. So I would say from that point of view, again, in terms of duration, ACCA does take the cup, because if you want to dedicate just a little bit of time and just be serious and focused on ACCA, you can definitely finish it a lot faster. The good thing also about ACCA, let's say maybe you're someone who also already has a degree, you can get an exemption from the degree that you have. So I think the average so far for degrees in Zimbabwe, it's about 6 to 8 courses, 6 to 8 modules that can be taken off if you want to maybe go ahead and study for ACCA. Now onto one of the very important issues, which is the cost. What's cheaper, ACCA or the chartered accountancy route? I would say ACCA could potentially be cheaper, but it all depends with when you sign up. So I know for you to get admitted, for you to be a student for ACCA, you need to pay an admission fee for about £36 for you to be admitted, and then there's like an annual subscription that you need to pay for about £116. And then the payments you then make after just depend with the module that you want to write. Sometimes it could be £100 here, £200 there. But for the chartered accountancy route, I don't know how much it is now, but when I did it, so for the CA route, I think it's about 1,300 per semester. If I'm not mistaken, that's what we used to pay when was it 2,600 per year? I'll just have to check and confirm the numbers. But at a minimum, 1,000, let's say it's 1.3 per semester, that makes it 2.6 per year, which means for 2 years, that's almost a little over $5,000 US. And then for you to write your board exams, for you to write ITC, you need maybe another 1,000 registration fees, board packs, and then for you to write your APC, maybe another 1,000. So you could potentially get to about 7,000 easily when you're doing the CA route. But sometimes some people get these fees paid for them by certain companies. But if you know that you may be financially struggling, you need to pay for this out of pocket, I think it's better to go with this ACCA route, because you can now sort of like save a little bit, write a module, save a little bit, write a module, rather than where you always need to have all of the money, if not most of it, all at once. Okay, now maybe to wrap this video up, if you're someone maybe who doesn't care about ever living in Zimbabwe, to be honest, ACCA doesn't really make sense for you. I would say the CA route is much better. Because it's somehow sought after by so many employees. So, but if you're someone who's like, you know what, I'm not gonna stay in my home country, I want to leave, then a global opportunity is good for you. You can do ACCA, but it doesn't also mean that you can't have those global opportunities as well available for you if you're a CA within your country. So you can go ahead and do ACCA, or maybe if you do not have funds up front and you're like, I want to take things a little bit slow and at my own pace, then ACCA is also much more preferred than the CA route, because the CA route is just pressure for the most part. Or maybe you're someone who's like, you know what, I'm straight out of high school and I just want something, a qualification which is really good, which is globally recognized, which I can do in 4 years or less. If you're serious, go for ACCA. I would say go for ACCA. If I had known that I could have gone for ACCA straight out of A level, I don't think I would have gone to get my accounting degree. But if you're someone who like, you know what, I just like to have the CA prefix next to my name, then of course do the CA route. But it doesn't make any difference. It all comes down to like personal attitude and your competence level. But it really doesn't matter whatever you choose at the end. So I think that's it from me, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and do let me know if you would like for me to make any accounting related videos. But if you guys are interested in watching more, then do let me know and I'll make sure to make a video about that. Cheers.